I decided I would do the Paris Study Abroad program when I knew that I wanted something very different from my NYU law career, and also when I knew that I was interested in international business and international affairs.
The Paris program overall was great. I feel like it was really beneficial for my career plans, being able to focus on international law, and it was also really helpful just for me personally to be a little bit out of my comfort zone now and again. I think that's always helpful.
Coming from an American law background, being able to spend a semester in Paris, where you're meeting lots of individuals who are very heavily invested in the European system, learning about the EU as a whole, is really an important way to understanding not only a different legal system, but a different legal culture, which is something that I think is important to know if you're planning on working in the EU someday.
Learning about the EU, not just kind of theoretically understanding it from an academic perspective, but also in terms of its currently evolving state was fascinating, and it felt as if we were, instead of learning about history, we were learning about current politics, we were learning about current events, we were learning about people who were having direct effects on the way that the EU functions.
I had 2 courses at Sciences Po, which is the French partner university, both of which I really enjoyed. Getting to know the French education system, it's a little bit different than the system in the US, but I felt as though that was an important component of the Paris program.
The clinic gave me this opportunity to really understand firsthand, practically, with the project that I was doing in direct democracy, about how government works overseas, how government works in the European Union, in this confederation of states that are together. And it became very, very useful to understand what's going on now with the crisis of democracy and the questions of whether or not the European Union will stay together. And it was eye-opening and really changed my whole NYU law experience.
I think it's really important to understand other cultures, to be able to relate to different situations, to people who are from different backgrounds than yourself, who have had different experiences than yourself. And being part of the Paris program allowed me to develop that skill a little bit more.